Every footballer's favorite opponent explained. Mo Salah. Since Mo Salah has come to the Premier League, he has scored against almost every single team he came up against. So as you can imagine, there's hella teams that it could have been, like Tottenham or Watford. But who are we kidding? We all know exactly what team it is, and Manchester United. In 18 appearances against Man United, he scored 18 goals. That's almost a goal a game, bruh. And 13 of those goals came in the Premier League. In January 2020, he scored this goal where he ran half the length of the pitch with Daniel James on his back. Dan James, mind you, who is one of the fastest players in Premier League history. But what does Salah do? He calmly tucks it away in the back of the net to seal the game for Liverpool in the 93rd minute. Fast forward though, in October 2021, Liverpool absolutely dogged Man United 5-0 in their own crib. What does Salah do? Salah scores a hat-trick in front of the Stretford end, the first opposition player to ever do so in the Premier League era. But if you thought that was embarrassing, well then let me tell you about the 7-0 thrashing that happened in March of 2023. On that day, Mo Salah got 2 goals and 2 assists. But not only that, he became Liverpool's all-time Premier League top scorer. And the thing that makes Salah owning Manchester United so special, in my opinion, is that the way they have been rivals for the longest time. And by the way he celebrates every time against them, you can feel the genuine hatred Mo Salah has for Man United. Lionel Messi. You know how I said Salah scored against damn near everybody? Well, for Messi, think of that times 10. Obviously, people like to joke about how he only does it against Eibar, but actually, if you look at this list, you will see that Eibar is at 10. But we look up here and we see that Messi's favorite team is actually Sevilla, where he scored 30 goals and 5 assists against them. And that's just in La Liga. In all competitions, he has 38 goals in 43 games against them. In November of 2014, Barcelona were set to face Sevilla in just a normal La Liga game. What makes this random La Liga game from 2014 so special, you ask? Well, Messi needed a hat-trick to break the record for all-time top scorer in La Liga history. And what does Messi do? Well, he scores a hat-trick, a gorgeous free kick, and the next 2 came from Neymar assists, and just like that, Messi made history and became La Liga's all-time top goal scorer. And he doesn't just do it in La Liga either, because in the Copa del Rey final for 2018, Messi scored 1 and got 2 assists as Barcelona thrashed Sevilla 5-0. As you can see, I could keep going on for days about his many performances against Sevilla, but for now, we move on to our next player, Robert Lewandowski. For Lewa, the team he has the most goals against, Marco Reus, close your ears, is actually his former team, Borussia Dortmund. But the team he has the most combined goals and assists is actually Wolfsburg, getting 26 goals and 9 assists against them in all competition. And when we think of Lewandowski versus Wolfsburg, only one game comes to mind. In September of 2015, Lewandowski started the match on the bench. But after going a goal down, Pep Guardiola decided to bring him on for the second half. And what does Lewa do? 51st minute, 1-1. 52nd minute, 2-1. 55th minute, 3-1. 57th minute, 4-1. 60th minute, 5-1. Like, look at these reactions, bro. This gotta be the biggest fine, I'll do it myself moment in the history of football. And if I had to bet my life on one world record that will never be broken, it would be Lewandowski's 5 goals in 9 minutes. Since then, Wolfsburg have never recovered from the trauma this man left on them. Erling Haaland. If we talk about who is the best pure striker in the world right now, it's easily the 6'5" Viking of a human being. And with that obviously comes the fact that he has scored many goals. I mean, he's on 99 Premier League goals at the time of this recording, and he's only in his 4th season in the Premier League. He's already broke the single season scoring record, and he won the Golden Boot for his first 2 seasons in the Prem. In terms of numbers, he has better records against teams like RB Leipzig and Wolves, but the sheer performances he's put up against Manchester United are crazy. In the 2022-23 season, he scored a hat-trick against them. And funny enough, in that same game, Foden also got a hat-trick. It was a everybody eats type of day. And in that game, Haaland actually became the first ever Premier League player to score a hat-trick in 3 consecutive home games. This performance was in the 22-23 season. The next season, the 23-24 season, he scored a brace. And in the 24-25 season, yup, you guessed it, he scored a brace again. And yeah, overall, since he has come to the Prem, Haaland managed to rack up 8 goals in only 6 Premier League games against Manchester United. Cristiano Ronaldo. Come on now, you thought I would make a video that has Messi in it and not talk about his greatest rival? But low-key, after that interview with Piers Morgan recently, Ronaldo stocks aren't that high right now. But besides that though, obviously we all know how many teams Ronaldo has left in his wake. But I don't know what type of evil counterpart shit is going on, but the team Ronaldo has scored the most against is actually the same as Messi, and it's Sevilla, where he scored 27 goals against them. But a little like Erling Haaland, the team that he actually dunked on the most isn't the team that he scored the most goals against. Rather, it's actually the team he scored the 25 goals against in his career, Atletico Madrid. And when I think Ronaldo versus Atleti, there are 2 games that immediately come to mind. The first is a semi-final Champions League game where Real Madrid were set to face Atletico Madrid. And let me tell you something, Ronaldo was absolutely absolutely balling in that Champions League that season. He was just coming off scoring a hat-trick against Bayern in the quarterfinals, so as you can imagine, things was looking scary for Atletico Madrid. And yeah, he ended up scoring a hat-trick against Atletico, and he hit these two aura-ass celebrations right in front of the Atletico fans. But that's not even the most disrespectful celebration that he ever did on them either, because just 2 years later after this, in 2019, Ronaldo was now at Juve, and yet again, he was up against Atletico in the Champions League. Unfortunately though, Juve ended up losing this game, and when I say unfortunately, I mean it's unfortunate for Atleti, because these guys didn't just win, they won while also disrespecting Ronaldo, not just the fans, but also Diego Simeone. But one thing you don't do is provoke Ronaldo, especially in the Champions League. Like, this is dead ass his competition. But Atletico found out the hard way, because in the second leg, Ronaldo scored a hat-trick, knocking Atletico out of the Champions League that season. And you already know he hit the same exact celebration that Simeone hit in the first leg, except 10 times more aggressively. Kylian Mbappe. If there's one player in the world that has taken the most inspiration from CR7, it's Mbappe. Just look at how happy he looks in these photos. But now, he's not that little kid fanboying about Ronaldo anymore. He's doing the things that Ronaldo did, being one of the best players in the world. Mbappe's favorite opponent, I'm gonna be honest, is not as impressive as the others, because I mean, he's only just left the French league, so we can't hold it against him. But the team he scored the most against is Montpellier, getting 15 goals against them in 15 games. That's not to say though that Mbappe only scores against bums, because if you look at the Champions League, Mbappe scored against almost every single big team he played against, including hat-tricks against Barcelona and Man City. Zlatan Ibrahimovic. As we all know, Zlatan was playing for so many different clubs, playing for the likes of Barcelona, Juve, PSG, Man United, and many more. But the real question is not what teams he played for, but what teams he has done the most damage against. Actually, for Zlatan, I'm gonna do something a little different. Since he has played in 4 of the top 5 leagues, I'm gonna give you his favorite opponent for each of the leagues. For Serie A, the league he has spent most of his career at, by the way, his favorite opponents were Fiorentina and Roma. La Liga, he only played there for 1 season, and he got 3 goals against however you pronounce this team. In Ligue 1, it was Nice, getting 11 goals against them. And last but not least, in the Premier League, his favorite opponent is Sunderland, getting 2 goals and 3 assists in his 2 seasons at Manchester United. Harry Kane. So Kane has been doing his thing in the Bundesliga, but where he made a name for himself as being one of the best strikers ever is in the Premier League, where he currently is the 2nd highest top scorer in Premier League history. And side note, the fact that he didn't even won 1 Premier League, bro, yeah, Daniel Levy should be charged with war crimes. Anyway though, out of his 213 goals in the Premier League, the team he has the most goals against is actually one of his former clubs, Leicester City, getting 18 goals against him. Luis Suarez. The team he scored the most against is actually Valencia in La Liga, where he scored 14 goals against them, but the thing is, he played 17 games against them, compared to Norwich in the Premier League, where he scored 12 goals in only 6 games against them. He scored 3 hat-tricks, and not only that, but it just seems that every goal he scores against Norwich is a banger. Just look at some of the goals I'm showing on screen right now. It's worldie after worldie after world. But yeah, bro, let me know if I should make this a series, part 2 or even part 3 maybe, if y'all really like this video that much. And with that being said, thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe, because best believe we are here to take over.